It took me 38 years to realize this harsh, brutal truth. That if you're someone who has struggled to connect with people all your life, has never fit in, you can't actually say how you really feel, you can't communicate effectively and have that other person or people listen, then here's the thing. It's never going to happen. Wow. It's never going to happen. Perhaps you've always had friendships, but they've never known who you really are. You've grown up in a family unit. They don't have a Scooby-Doo, a clue who you are. Worse, you're in a relationship or a marriage with someone and on the surface they know you, but they don't know the real you. Under the surface, your darkest thoughts, the deepest secrets, what keeps you awake at night. Maybe you shelter them for it, or maybe they're too stupid and naive to understand. It took me so long to realize this, and externally and even online, I've been trying to help others understand this as well, who felt like me, and I couldn't believe how many people feel like me. I've been called a lot of things in my life. I've been called direct, I say it as it is, etc. And hence why my whole image and brand on here is the no bullshit guy and the no bullshit coach as well. And it saddens me because whether it was on the internet, whether it was through social means, whether it's through friends and family, I really struggled to communicate with people who communicate like me. Now, there might be the odd person here and there, but someone who talks directly, cuts through the fluff, but still with empathy and sensitivity, but goes straight to the point. Sadly, these people don't exist. I'm not saying I'm rare, but I know if you're watching this and this truth really hits home for you, that you feel the same way. How it's really affected me is in the following ways. When I was really trying to find myself in my early 20s, I was very much heavily influenced by the wrong people. So what did I do? They used to call me the chameleon, meaning I can change myself to blend into any background. So I blended in with jocks and party boys. But I also blended in with nerds and played video games all night. I blended in with football guys. I blended in with traders in the city and so on, and I never quite fit in. I tried to have best friends, and each and every one betrayed me and hurt me. And it made me realize that even if I can get so close to someone and open up to them and try to connect with them, I still won't be good enough for them because they would rather revel in their own bullshit and not see me for who I really am. Family was a bit different, but again, family is a tricky subject. People on the surface know me, but no one knows the real me. No one knows how I truly feel. No one knows my real emotional pain sometimes. And you want to go one step deeper? I've been on YouTube for almost 6 years. 90% of my family have no idea. I've kept it that way. Because again, I believe they just wouldn't understand. And when it came to relationships, this was the one which was the biggest sucker punch for me. I struggled with dating for a very long time. I'd either self-sabotage, I'd go for the wrong people, and I never really had a serious relationship until my late 20s. And when I finally did, I thought it was the biggest checking of the box possible. I thought, finally, I've done it, all is okay, everything's great, and I'm a normal guy now. I finally have a girlfriend, I'm finally quote-unquote in love, and so on. But I made the biggest mistake ever. I rushed the relationship. I ignored red flags and entered something narcissistic and toxic. And I'll never ever forget the final time we were together when I was going through emotional turmoil, when I was going through stress beyond belief. I assumed I had a partner who I could communicate with and would understand what I'm saying and we'd connect. Otherwise, what's the point in the relationship? But instead, I was met with a dismissed attitude, disrespect, and ultimately an argument that ended the relationship for good, inspired me to walk away, and is why you're watching this video as well. I assumed, quote unquote, love and relationships and being with someone will make me feel understood and heard. I was wrong. I assumed being independent, being successful, growing up will make me feel heard and understood. I was wrong. I assumed people would see me in a different light if I walked and acted confidently and assertively. I was wrong. And that's the harsh truth. You're never going to be understood. You're never going to be accepted. You're never going to fit in. And you'll never be good enough for the wrong people. Most of these people aren't necessarily evil, nor are they toxic, but they sure are naive, stupid, foolish, very much set in their ways and stubborn and narrow-minded. For someone like me who wants to give direct answers, wants to respond confidently and assertively, wants to call things and people out, wants to say it as it is, it's a lonely world. And it's a lonely communication. Because I will meet fellow no bullshit people in the real world and they're overly sensitive. It's all an act. And it's masking insecurity. Many times in the past I've tried to go on to certain forums and Reddits, etc., assuming this is a place where I'll finally feel understood. And by the way, I'm not talking about politics or extreme ideas, just, is this normal to have this with a friend? I'd say. Is this normal to have this in a relationship? And not be gaslighted because I'm a guy and I must be the one screwing it up because men always ruin relationships, women aren't the problem or whatever. I just want to be heard. I want to speak my truth directly. And naturally, I was rejected everywhere. Not banned or anything. I'm not controversial like that. But I just wasn't understood. Most of these forums and communities are masked in idyllic labels like you have to be red pill, you have to be a sigma, you have to be an alpha, you have to do this, that, whatever. It's very tribalistic. It's very cult-like. And I hated it. Many people who've watched my videos, who've worked with me through coaching and so on, have felt just like me. And whether this video gets 1 view or 1 million views, who knows? I know in the comments that you know what I'm talking about here. That this strikes a chord. Because that's all we want. The cure to most depression and anxiety and dread and so on is to feel connection. Not just physical, but to feel understood. I don't know about you, but when I'm able to speak my truth without treading on eggshells, and when I say truth, how I feel, how I see the world, how I interpret relationships, how I interpret business, whatever, not treading on eggshells, not biting my tongue, not holding myself back, I feel like a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. I smile, I laugh, I engage, I listen, I have conversations that last a lifetime. And frankly, I don't have many people like that in my life other than my partner, who's the same as me. Say it as it is, directly, don't bullshit. No fluff. That's why I adore her. And I know that's why she loves me too. And the odd friend here and there. who I can have the uncomfortable conversations with. And I thought to myself, yeah, I'm a coach. Yeah, I've got YouTube, whatever. But what if there's other people who want to communicate and connect and feel understood? Again, not in a black pill doomer way, not in an attention seeker way. Oh, I'm no bullshit. Okay, what do you think of this? Oh, you've offended me. I'm leaving. Nah. What if there was a place where people can come together to speak their truths and actually finally feel understood? I went to sleep one night and woke up the next day and said, I'm going to create a community online for free where people can join and feel understood, connect with one another. Because the people in this community are some of the most amazing, brave, wonderful people from all walks of life and all ages. And we don't come just to vent and waste time. We come to share our truths and inspire one another and support each other. This is the friendship you've always been looking for. This is the family you've been looking for. This is the sense of belonging you're looking for. And I know it's online, but it's better than being alone. It's better than being resentful and hateful. And maybe the lessons and the values you'll pick up there is worth its weight in gold. Now I could be very, very shrewd here and say, oh, you know, you got to pay to join, but it's free. Totally free. So I want you to join my free, direct, no bullshit, through self-development and personal truth community. And it's called the No Bullshit Society. The link's in the description and in the pinned comment below. And by joining this community, maybe for the first time in your life, you'll be free. It's only a few weeks old. We've got several hundred members and we'll get even bigger. But the conversations, the epiphanies, and the revelations I've had and seen with others have been life-changing. Don't waste years of your life being misunderstood. Join today and say how you really feel in a judge-free, healthy environment.